we really appreciate the small nature of our school. We love our school. And I'm concerned that when you merge schools, you lose resources. So professionally, I've seen, excuse me, having 2 special ed teachers in 2 different buildings merge into 1 building, 1 special ed teacher. Reading specialists, 2 reading specialists, 1 reading specialist. 2 psychologists, now 1 psychologist, things of that nature. And I would hate to see that our children would lose out on resources if things were merged. Also, professionally, knowing that the research has shown that the longer children are in a school, the safer they feel, the more they're invested, the stronger the community bond for them. Having that small school for like pre-K to K, that 1 option, concerns me because it's less time in schools for the kids. It's 1 less year. As I'm sure you're aware, the research out there shows pre-K through 8th is the model that the kids do the best, so I'd hate to see an even smaller breakout.
For Campbell, I'm here on behalf of my 10-month-old daughter, who will be directly impacted by the decisions that you guys will be making. My wife and I moved to town a couple of years ago, and really the reason we moved here was the Burlington Public Schools. I'm a public school administrator myself, was a public school teacher at the time, and public schools is what Burlington can always stand on. More importantly, school size and class size really do matter. And when we look at our elementary schools, be able to preserve as best as possible an equity across the school district should be our priority for our students. Understanding the needs of 2 of our schools that do have some significant improvements in place, I would have concerns going outside of the 4-school or 3-school model where we're not talking about equity across the district. When we're looking from an administrative point of view on shared spaces, I would be concerned about the administration and how they are going to work together on field days and, recess and all of those things. And while I think the Fox Hill site is a good site to be able to propose for this, I'm also concerned how those students who will be there will be impacted by that construction.
Her school and the sense of community she has gotten is wonderful. She sees older kids out in town and recognizes them and has a great sense of her community in Burlington. I'm also a kindergarten special ed teacher in a neighboring town. I work in a preschool and kindergarten building. We are also looking at building changes and due to enrollment, the setup of the school safe, the conditions of the building. I didn't realize it until last year when my daughter was in kindergarten, how much my kindergarten students are missing out on that sense of community. So I feel strongly there was the option of the preschool and kindergarten building, and the students are there for a year unless they were in preschool, and then they move on. They don't have the chance to have 4th grade partners or work with older students, and they miss out on so much.
My daughter there is in 1st grade. She was in kindergarten last year, moved to 1st grade. She has, she's a little bit of a slow learner, but the support that she has in Fox Hill is amazing. It just seems like there's just that small feel that I don't think you can get from like an 800-person school. I don't know anyone here. I don't know. I think the majority of the people are not in favor of having a big school on the Fox Hill site.
And I know there's been comment on shared facilities. That's really something to consider. I can tell you that if you work in a building where you have, for lack of a better term, cafe gymatorium, when you have that one space for your gym, for your lunch, for your auditorium, that I can tell you I had to create a master schedule K through 5 for special ed services, and student services was dictated by that one space. So they did not get the services they should have in a timely manner due to the shared facilities.
Our concern with the transition of schools and things moving around, I think mine lies in the combination of pre-K and K together at Pine Glen, excuse me. I think that there are a lot of different classrooms that are set in different buildings, the sub-separate programs. I'm not sure that the Pine Glen facility would be able to accommodate all of the different classrooms that are at the elementary school level across the district. without compromising opportunities for inclusion that would be equal to or greater than what exists now. I think it would also increase transitions for students. And I think that that model itself is just not appropriate for our students.
So my name is Nicole Niedermeyer. I live on Fox Hill Road. I grew up in the Fox Hill neighborhood. I went to the schools. I went to Fox Hill School myself. My children go there. I'm coming more of a, I'm actually mortgaged to the gills, so I'll always live on Fox Hill Road. And I'm concerned about the impact to my daily life with the amount of traffic that will be brought in by a mega school, 2 schools or whatever, how many schools. How many of you currently live on Fox Hill, Donald, or Westwood Road up here? None.
Nope.
So I
Okay.
experience every day,
Yeah.
I walk my kids to Fox Hill School, and the amount of traffic and the speed at which people go down the road, even with the speed bumps, is ridiculous. My neighbor actually parks in front of her house to slow people down.
Yeah.
She's here.
Yeah.
And Donald Road is worse. And I am concerned, we are the only school in the entire town that is not on a main road. And then to double the amount of people coming in to the neighborhood, I'm just concerned about safety and